this study, I'd like to show you some coins of the Roman world, from Julius Caesar to Byzantium to medieval Venice. We'll start with Julius Caesar and these two replica coins. They're from a set called The Invasion of Britain. Both coins that were in circulation in Britain, although replicas. The first one is a silver denarii with an elephant and a serpent, and you can make out the lettering Caesar. And the reverse has the implements of Julius Caesar's office of Pontifex Maximus, a Roman priest posting, which would have been a government position that he held. Julius Caesar, never an emperor, was dictator of Rome. He made 2 military expeditions to Britain, but withdrew each time. In 55 BC, he landed with 2 legions in Kent, but returned to Gaul. But in 54 BC, he again landed, this time with 5 legions and 2,000 cavalry. And he succeeded in crossing the Thames before withdrawing. So this elephant and serpent on the front are symbols of Caesar's time in Gaul. Makes a very nice sound there. These coins in the plastic. And very nice replicas there. Let's look at the golden starter of the Catuvellani. So from BC 45 to 20, post-dating Caesar's incursions into Britain. The Catuvellani were a Briton tribe that had traded extensively with other tribes and with the Romans. At the point of Caesar's foray into Britain in 55 BC, the country was split into areas that were ruled by various Briton or Celtic tribes. They posed a strong resistance to the Roman incursions. coin you can see has a horse with a shield, which was a very important symbol of power and military might for the Celtic tribes of Britannia. And on this side is a garland, most with wings. That is sort of a symbol of military achievement. At the time of the invasion of Britain, the basic pay of a legionary soldier was about 5 denarii a week. A Roman centurion would have been paid about 70 denarii per week, and he would have been paid in these silver coins that were struck here. So, as I mentioned, these are replica coins. And you can see the face of Medusa here in a mosaic famously depicted in the Roman villa or palace near Chichester. Let's move forward a few hundred years. The next coin we have is from about 193 to 211, the 3rd century AD. This one and all of the subsequent coins you will see are authentic, original coins that were actually used by people as currency. So you can see they're quite worn and chipped. This one's actually in quite good condition because we can read most of the lettering, and a good part of the images, the relief is still there. This is another silver denarii struck in the reign of Septimius Severus, who is depicted here on the coin. And at different times there were currency reforms and reforms of the mint and coinage. This one is from the coin reform of Augustus that was begun in 27 BC to about 215 AD. Around Septimius's head with laurels, which in numismatics is called laureate. We see the letters IMP, CAE, SEP, SEV, PERT, AVG, or AUG. But the Roman U's will look like V's. And this is Latin abbreviation for Imperator Caesar Lucius Septimius Severus Pertinax Augustus. Imperator, commander or supreme commander, Caesar or Caesar after Julius Caesar, Lucius Septimius Severus, reverse shows a legionary eagle with its wing up, facing the left side. And on either side of this eagle are two legionary standards. And we can see the lettering LEGXICLTRPCOS, Latin abbreviations for Legio Undecima Claudia, so Legion 11th of Claudius, the 11th Claudian Legion. Tribunicia Potestate Consul, so he holds the tribune, or the power of tribune and consul. These silver denarii were struck to pay the Roman army during a time of economic difficulty in the empire. So let's move forward a few hundred years and see what's happening. The next one we have is from Emperor Constans, and this one was minted in Thessalonica, and it's called the Gloria Exercitus because of the lettering on it. This would have been circulated in the years of the reign of Constans I, between 337 and 350 AD. It is bronze and shows quite a bit of wear, so a little bit difficult to see some of the detail. The obverse shows the Emperor Constans with the laurel as well as a rosette. And what is difficult to see is his drape or toga and the cuirass, which is a small plate that signifies his military rank or command. We can see the lettering Constans PFAG, or Constans Pious and Blessed August, or Emperor. So the P for Pious or Pius, F Felix, and AUG, of course, Augustus, Emperor, August Emperor. On the reverse, which is quite worn as well, we see two soldiers wearing helmets. Their outer arms are holding inverted spears, and their inner arms leaning on shields. Between them is a standard, a legionary standard, and what is almost difficult to see, it is topped by the Greek Chi Rho. The Chi Rho is an emblem made from the Greek letters Chi and Rho. And the rest of the lettering is Gloria Exercitus, the glory of the army or the military. So I will show you the Chi Rho was a standard symbol and one of the earliest forms of the Christogram used by Christians. So what we have is a Greek letter chi and the Greek letter rho, and superimposed together they make the chi-rho symbol, sometimes even lower. The chi-rho being the first letters of the name of Christ in Greek capital. Christos. Christos. Constantine the First, or the Great, was the father of the Emperor Constans. Constantine being famous for Christianizing the Roman Empire. After Constantine, the chi-rho symbol became part of the official imperial insignia, and by the year 350, it began to be used on Christian sarcophagi and frescoes. This symbol was also used in ancient Greece by scribes marking in the margins of texts near a particularly relevant or valuable passage, the letters chi and rho being the first in the Greek word Christon, meaning good. Gloria Exercitus coins were a small but important recognition given to the army during the dynasty of Constantine, and were seen as an important tool or propaganda. Constans I was the third and youngest son of Constantine the Great. On the death of Constantine in 337, Constans and his two brothers Constantine II and Constantius II, almost immediately after Constantine's death, Constans, only 13 years old, was sent to deal with a Sarmatian invasion in late 337, and he won a great victory. However, the brothers were continually quarreling over the amount of land that they had, and for many years this quarrel led to great discontent and poor governance. Eventually, Constans outlived his brothers. He led a campaign against the Franks, and he also visited Britain with a force of legionaries. In his later years, he became a very bad ruler, known for cruelty, misrule, and for preferring offices to his friends and select bodyguard, who were rumored to be captured barbarians. He lost the support of everyone, including the army eventually, and took refuge in a house in the Pyrenees, where he was dragged from the temple and put to death. Our next coin, going forward several hundred years to around 1000 AD, is a copper phallus, and known as the second solidus numisma, minted from 720 to 1092. This coin is from the Byzantine Empire and was minted in the time of Basil II. On the obverse, we have a bust of Christ with a nimbate cross behind his head. This is a very worn coin, so it has been through many, many hands over the years. Christ here is holding a book of Gospels, and you might be able to see the dots in the center of the book and on the border of the book. So it's a nicely bound book of the Gospel, and that those little circles on the book there form a cross to the limbs of the cross, which was a very important symbol. On the reverse, we just have text IHSUS, so the H will be lowercase and it's very difficult to see. XRISTUS, Christus. Very, very worn here. And BASILEU, BASILE, Basileo, Basile. So this is talking about the ruler Basil II. It's a very old coin there in our collection. Our next coin goes forward another couple hundred years to 1291, and this one is paper thin. It is so worn, you can see how thin that is. So not like the thickness of our Roman coins, but extremely paper thin. So this has seen a lot of use. This one is minted in what was Frankish Greece, or the barony of Caritina, and the ruler in that place was Helena Angelina Comnene, who ruled from 1291 to 1300, and this is a silver denier or denier coin. On the obverse, we have a cross with the lettering Helena, D-I-G-R-A, Dei Gratia, by the grace of God. On the reverse is very difficult to see, this coin would have been used by the Crusaders or the knights. Let's look at the last one in our collection. Moving forward again to about 1328 or 1330. This is a lovely coin, but again very thin and very worn. This one is a silver soldino lira from Venice, or the Republic of Venice in the Italian city-states. And we have the Doge Francesco Dandolo. Put him right side up. There he is, with his staff and mitre and robes of office. Very worn coin, made out of silver. And there's the Doge there with the lettering FRADANDVLOTVX. The latter very difficult to make out on the very worn surface of the coin. So Francesco Dandolo. And the reverse. Saint Mark Lion with a nimbus, holding a banner. And the lettering is SMARCBSVENETI. Santo Marcos Veneti, or Saint Mark of Venice, or of the Venetians. So some very interesting coins in our collection. And that is our little trip through some coins of the Roman world. Thank you for spending this time with me in the study, where we can relax with some nice sounds and stories of the past. I hope you're nice and relaxed. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others.